Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hasani's Hafla, number 105. I'm Hasani, in case you hadn't figured that out. So this is our fourth Hafla online, our fourth quarantine Hafla. It is a gray day in May here in Gig Harbor. I don't know what you've got for weather there, but whatever your weather is, I'm glad you could join us. Hasani's Hafla started back in, oh dear, it's so long ago, I can't remember if it was 1991 or 1993, but it's the little show that just keeps on going and got too big for its britches, and even with quarantine, we found a way to keep it going. Whoops, I was going to hit record. Hang on one moment. I found some interesting new tricks to do with Zoom this time, which are pretty cool, but they require a lot of button pushing, so bear with me. There may be some pauses while I look for all those buttons, and you may get some gray boxes in front of things while I move things around. And I just found out 5 minutes before the show started that I could have done something a different way, but it's too late now. So it'll be what it will be. If you are enjoying our Hafla, I hope you'll consider making a donation for our drummer and our sound technician, David Metz. I'll put that information in the chat later on, but right now we need to get our show started. So our first dancer tonight is Jules. Oops, hang on a minute. I was going to do things differently this time, so let me do it differently. Jules, I'm going to bump you for just a moment. While I look for all the right buttons. Okay, here we are. Whoops. Found it. Okay, there we are. So our first dancer tonight is Jules. She's an award-winning dancer living in Portland, Oregon, and she's known for her emotive and joyful stage presence. During the past 20 years, she's performed in Oregon, Washington, California, and Texas. She's been a solo dancer who dances at restaurants, showcases, contests, and she's also been a judge and a teacher. Jules remembers going to her first Hasani's Hafla and then a few years later being asked to teach. Such a thrill and a joy. Belly dance has been her steady companion, and she thanks you for joining her on this beloved journey. I will also mention that as soon as this show is over at 8 o'clock, there is also, Jules is helping to host the Bellylicious show from Portland. So this show should be over in time for you to hop on and see the Bellylicious show. Jules, I will stop sharing and ask you to start your music share again, and I'm so sorry for the clumsy way this is working out. Anyways, let me know when you're ready, and I will. Great. And please welcome Jules. YouTube. That would help. That was the beautiful and sassy Jules with some awesome vintage music. And if you hadn't figured it out, that was live drumming by David Metz. Let me tell you a little bit about David while we're at it. In 2003, David discovered the Arabic tabla. As an artist and a musician, the sounds and the rhythms of the Middle East and the people and the cultures from which they arose reached deep into his heart and stirred a love that has continued to grow even to this day. His desire to be the best drummer that he can be is matched by the joy he receives by simply playing, not only for himself, but also sharing this love with other musicians and dancers with whom he comes into contact. And we will be having some more live drum solos by David throughout the evening. If you're enjoying our Hafla and if you are enjoying our live drummer, and he's also our sound technician, please consider making a donation to compensate David for his services. I will put that in the chat later on. And speaking of chat, since this is on Zoom and not live, the best way we can support our dancers is to put our reactions in the chat. I had thought I had enabled for this webinar that you could use the, there was a clap emoji and other stuff. I am not finding it here. However, feel free to go into the chat and clap in whatever, or type in whatever is appropriate for you. Clap, 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 la 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 la, hot dog, or whatever you think. And if you are watching, if you're joining us over on YouTube, I hope things are going well over there. I can't monitor that from here, but feel free to join in over there and leave some comments in the chat, because dancers will be able to go back and see that later. Nizana, I'm going to do that funny little thing again, where I'm going to, one moment while I press some buttons, and I discovered just as the show started, that whenever I start this, it starts at the beginning. So every time I do this, I'm going to have to scroll through dancers. So here we are with our next dancer, Nizana. Nizana was part of the, oh, and let me mention that Nizana just finished doing her own show that was over just before she jumped on here. So she is a busy dancing phenomenon. Nizana was part of the Washington belly dance community for many years and now lives in Florida, where she's the organizer of the Night in the Global Village online Haflas, and that was the show she just finished before she joined us. Her articles and reviews have been published in at least 7 belly dance publications. She loves both improvisation and choreographies, and she thanks Hasani for hosting this awesome event. Please welcome Nizana, and I will stop share, and you can go for it, David, with the music. Let me spotlight you, Nizana. There we go. Please welcome Nizana.
الحب جمعنا وتبع I'm here. Technical difficulty.
That was the indefatigable Nizana El Rassan and another live drum solo by David Metz. Our next dancer, let me push some more buttons, and it's not going to be a smooth transition because I should have had a helper, but I don't have one. One moment. We are going to have to scroll through dancers again with my little thing here, but I'm sure you can handle it. Nizana. Our next dancer is Zanuba. Zanuba was not able to join us live. Zanuba is still able to join us through the magic of video. Zanuba is a lyrical and graceful dancer that's been gracing our stages since the 1970s. She continues to perform every chance she gets, and she appreciates Hasani for her promotion of this arts form. Please welcome Zanuba as soon as I push several buttons and pull up her video. One moment. There we go. One moment. I'm finding out that you're not hearing the music, so I'm going to start all over again. I made a mistake pushing buttons. Please forgive me, and I will start that all over again. As soon as I can find the right window. Thank you for letting me know that I messed up. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Let's try it. Nope, wrong. Let me try again. That was Zanuba, and thanks to my fumbly fingers, you got to see her both without and with music, and I think two, two dances by Zanuba is even better than one. Thanks for bearing with me. It will probably happen again before we're done tonight. Our next dancer tonight could not join us at the last minute, being the responsible citizen that she is. She got her COVID shot, and it laid her low today. Fortunately, we have her on video. So our next dancer tonight is, whoops, I'm gonna, like I said, too many things to do. One moment. Let's get this back up. We'll scroll through dancers just like we did before.
God damn it.
Here we are. Okay, our next dancer tonight is Mariana. She wants to let you in on a little secret, but don't tell anyone. I don't think it's going to be a secret anymore, but here we go. Mariana hates dancing in public and drum solos. Why? Because dancing in public just randomly is nerve-wracking, and drum solos are hard for Mariana because there's no melody to connect to emotionally. It's layers of drum upon drum, and without a doubt, the past year has been challenging for everyone. So, in the spirit of challenges and with a lot of newly found free time, Mariana did what all sane people would do and take on more challenges, because why not? She got out and she danced in public and started working on drum solos. What Mariana learned is that the things you avoid are the things you should work on. She learned to embrace the challenge and change her mindset, and maybe, just maybe, she might come out of this pandemic with a newfound joy for things she once hated. Mariana would like to thank Shots by Liz and David the drummer for their help and their participation in making this video. Let me push some more buttons, and I hope I press the right ones. And when I do, we'll be able to see Mariana. One moment. Video. Okay, I think I got it right this time. Let me know if I did not. Please welcome Mariana. That was Mariana and David Metz. And if you were wondering what our live drummer David Metz looks like, now you know. We'll be hearing more from him later on tonight. I hope you're doing okay over there in YouTube land. I'm stuck over here on Zoom and I can't monitor it. I hope things are going well. If not, I won't know anything about it until everything is over. So let me push a few more buttons and get our next dancer queued up here. Eeny, meeny, too many buttons. Whoops. Okay, David, I'm going to have to bump your computer sound for just a moment, long enough to do this. Didn't realize I'd make this so difficult for everybody. And of course, we have to scroll through our dancers again. I'll know how to do this better next time. But for tonight, we have to scroll through all our dancers. So tonight, our next dancer is Rivkah, and she is coming to you from her updated garage because her regular Zoom dancing space is under construction right now. Rivkah is a professional Washington State belly dancer, and you can catch her dancing at the very popular Marrakesh restaurant in downtown Seattle. Rivkah is best known for her bold and energetic movements. She loves to engage and dance with the audience, delighting crowds and balancing sword. Delighting crowds with daring balancing sword acts, beautiful light-up dance routines, mysterious fan shows, shocking back bends, and yes, even fire acts. As a Cuban American, Rivkah brings much of her culture into her routines, where she employs traditional movements from Cuban cabaret, dependent on the act. And Rivkah would also like to mention that her tonight's choreography is inspired by Nicole Marie. Please visit her at rivkahbellydance.com or catch her on Instagram or Facebook under Rivkah Belly Dance. So a few more buttons here, and we'll get Rivkah pulled up. Oops.
زينة زينة والله يا زينة
That was Rivkah, and once again, our drummer, David Metz. Don't forget to give our dancers some love in the chat. And while you're at it, if you mention them, it would be a good idea to mention their name too, because they're not able to see that in real time. When they go back and read the comments, they don't necessarily know who you're commenting on unless you put their name in it. So there's a little hint there. Let me push some more buttons here. Next time it'll be a little smoother, but this is what we've got for tonight. And fast forward through here to our next dancer, who is Malia Christina. Malia Christina had a family emergency and was not able to join us. We hope everything will go well with her family and that her dad will be okay. In the meantime, we have a wonderful video that she was able to share with us. So Malia Christina, from Seattle to Camas, Malia's belly dance roots run deep in the Pacific Northwest community. She's a student, a teacher, producer, and director, and she spent the last 15 years expressing herself through music and movement. Her recent endeavors to connect to her Norwegian ancestral lineage, she's thrilled to be dancing at Hasani's Hafla once again. It's been too long, she says. Thank you, Hasani, for keeping the community spirit going during these difficult times. I'm glad you were able to join us one way or the other, Malia Christina. Let me hopefully push the right buttons and share Malia's video with you. One moment. Optimize. Crossing my fingers I've done this right. I'm sure you'll let me know if I did not.
Han slår nu allt ny. Tog skire allt fjom fra skogar ny. Torsdagar tri nøydrøttegs ny. Gånger ni kring min stad. Keivhent legg oska i fotefar. Hyljere rang tvislar deg hei. Fra skogar ni heilig havil heimring i står. Torsdagar tre nøydrøttegs ny. Ni ganger ni kring min stad for å skilje oss. Legg oska i fotefar. Hyljeran vistar deg heim. Ham til hud, heim til hud. Hvor vil sandreng, tri ganger tri, ramsåres bred.
Channeling her Norwegian roots, that was Malia Christina. And while I am pushing buttons and queuing up our next dancer, I hope you'll take a moment and send your best juju to Malia's family and hope that all will be well with her father. I hope so. And now for more button pushing. One moment. And once again, we're going to have to scroll through dancers to get to the right one. And I know how to do it better next time. So our next dancer is Basheera from Seattle, Washington. Basheera is a Seattle-based belly dancer, and she loves the magic that emerges when an audience, music, and the dancer come together. She says, "Thank you, Hasani, for putting together another great show. Dancers for sharing your gift, and to the audience for participating. Dance is magic, and we could all use some magic." As soon as I push some more buttons, please welcome Basheera. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Please welcome Basheera.
सुरूर है असर तेरा ये जरूर है तेरी नजर का कसूर है पास तू क्यों दूर है ये इश्क का जो फितूर है नशे में दिल तेरे चूर है अब तो होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है होश ना खबर है ये कैसा असर है तुमसे मिलने के बाद दिल भर तुमसे मिलने के बाद दिल भर
Mash them. निकालो कोई हल सुनता पिटारा खिलता कमल करूँ सबर क्यों मीठा है फल
तू मेरा ख्वाब है तू मेरे दिल का करार देख ले जाने मन देख ले बस एक बार चैन खो गया है कुछ तो हो गया है चैन खो गया है कुछ तो हो गया है तुमसे मिलने के
Live from Seattle, that was Basheera, and once again, our live drummer, David Metz. Oh, too many buttons to push. One moment. And we get to scroll through all our dancers again until we get to the next one. So here, whoops, here we go. Mariana, Rivkah, Malia, Christina, Basheera. Our next dancer tonight is Stefanie. Stefanie is a Los Angeles native, and she relocated to Seattle in late 2019. She's a lifelong dancer who began her journey of studying and performing Arab folkloric dances and Raqs Sharqi in 2008. She currently directs the Seattle chapter of Aubrey Hill's Kabila Folk Dance Company, and she's earning her MFA in Arts Leadership from Seattle University. And I realized with my little fancy thing here, I just made things more difficult for dancers. Thanks for bearing with me. And in one moment, we will have Stefanie live for you. And, okay, please welcome Stefanie.
واتمنى لو انسى وانسى روحي وياك وان ضاعت يبقى فداك لو تنساك وانساك اتريني بنسى جفاك واشتاق لعذابي معاك القى دموعي فاكراك ارجع تاني للقاك الدنيا تجيني معاك ورضاها يبقى رضاك وساعتها يهون في هواك طول حرماني أهواك واتمنى لو أنساك وانسى روحي وياك وان ضاعت يبقى فداك لو تنساك وانساك أتريني بنسى جفاك واشتاق لعذابي معاك ألقى دموعي فاكراك ارجع تاني للقاك الدنيا تجيني معاك ورضاها يبقى رضاك وساعتها يهون في هواك طول حرماني ولاقيك مشغول وشاغلني بيك وعنيا تيجي في عينيك وكلامهم يبقى عليك وانت تداري وراعيك واصحى من الليل اناديك وابعت روحي صحيك وميالي شاغلني بيك جرب ناري ولاقيك مشغول وشاغلني بيك وعنيا تيجي في عينيك وكلامهم يبقى عليك وانت تداري وراعيك واصحى من الليل اناديك وابعت روحي تصحيك وميالي شاغلني بيك جرب ناري أهواك واتمنى لو أنساك وانسى روحي وياك وان ضاعت تريني بنسى جفاك واشتاق لعذابي معاك، ألقى دموعي فاكراك ارجع تاني للوقات الدنيا تجيني معاك، ورضاها يبقى رضاك، وساعتها يهون في هواك طول حرماني.
Oh, the ones come right here anyway. Oh wow, what a trip.
And live from Seattle, that was Stefanie. And can I just say one more time how lucky we are to have David as our live drummer? It's the next best thing to a live show. Thank you, David. Let me do my little cumbersome thing again and pull up our next dancer, introduce her, scroll through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, our next dancer tonight is Liz. Liz is a dancer from Peru, and she loves the thrill of improvisation, following along by instinct and allowing the music to carry her through the steps. She would like to thank all of you for being here today and for supporting this wonderful event. So as soon as I push some more buttons, we will welcome Liz. Please welcome Liz. That was Liz, and another exciting drum solo from David Metz. Please continue to give our dancers some love in the chat. Bear in mind that they can't see anything that you're talking about or any comments in real time, so it's a good idea to mention them by name so when they go back they can they can figure out who you were talking about at the time. Let's pull up my fancy little thing and our next performer. And once again, we're going to have to scroll through. Nizana, Zanuba, Mariana, Rivkah, Malia, Christina, Basheera, Stefanie, Liz. Here we are. Our next dancer tonight is Bellatrix. She's an award-winning classic Egyptian-style dancer who trained under the renowned Cassiopeia. She's previously performed at swanky venues such as the Star Theater, Embers Nightclub, and Dante's. Bellatrix has been co-host and co-producer of the Portland Bellylicious dance show online from July 2020 to this last February, and you can see this show after this show is over. She is also the producer of Belly Metal, a live show previously in downtown Portland, Oregon, and now on Zoom. Tonight, her set will include a drum solo by the talented Kaya Hellman. Check out Unchained Productions on Facebook for more Belly Metal and her other projects. So, more button pushing. Whoops. Oh dear, I lost you. There you are, Bellatrix. Bellatrix, is your camera on? So Bellatrix, I can't tell if your camera is on.
My camera is on.
I am going to spotlight you. And I'll let you go for it. I'll let you know if we can't see you. I can't see anything at the moment. Ta-da! There she is. Please welcome Bellatrix. That was the lovely Bellatrix and a drum solo, a live drum solo by Kaya Hellman. And let me do some more fumbly stuff here. do. And we will scroll through our dancers one more time. Jules, Nizana, Zanuba, Mariana, Rivkah, Malia, Christina, Basheera, Stefanie, Liz, Bellatrix, and our next dancer tonight is Molly. Molly's been in love with belly dance for 10 years, and she studied with many talented local and international dancers throughout the years. One of the great things to come out of this past year in lockdown is being able to study with Heather Louise of Henna Dances. Tonight, Molly is dancing to the version of Batwanis Beek by Rime Salme. This is Molly's second performance since the pandemic started, and she is very grateful to Hasani for providing this wonderful, supportive hafla, and we are delighted to have you, Molly. Let me click some stuff, highlight you, Molly. Okay, please welcome.
بتونس بيك وانت
That was Molly, and once again an awesome drum solo from David Metz. We have 2 more dancers for you tonight. Our next dancer, Paulina, is one of the dancers who had to, at the last minute, join us by video again tonight. Paulina is a local Seattle dancer, and she tries to tell a story every time she dances. Her music choices reflect these different moods, and she hopes you enjoy the journey through this evening. So, oops. And I was going to pull up her picture while I read that. Picture real quick. Jules, Nizana, Zanuba, Mariana, Rivkah, Malia, Christina, Basheera, Stefanie, Liz, Bellatrix, Molly. Paulina is our next dancer. So let me push some more buttons, pull up her video, hope I do it right. Optimize for video clip. And if I mess up, I'm sure you will let me know in the chat. Please welcome Paulina. There should be music in a moment.
Hey, ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang, a boom, da doo, ba doo 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 day. Oh, life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, oh, life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Now every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, baby, we'd be so fine. Life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Shaboom, shaboom, da la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, da la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, da la 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 la, shaboom, 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 da la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, da la 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 la, shaboom, shaboom, da la 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 la, shaboom. Every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, maybe we'd be so fine. Life could be a dream if I could take you up to paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello, hello again, shaboom, I'm hoping we meet again. And then ding dong, a lang, a lang, a lang, boom, da doom, ba doom, ba doom, ba day. Oh, life could be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream if only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Do you? Oh, sweetheart. Sweetheart.
That was Paulina and her unmistakable style. We have one more dancer tonight. Our next dancer, whoops, let me pull this up. Too many buttons, whoops. Again, yes. Share, open. And scroll through our dancers. Jules, Nizana, Zanuba, Mariana, Rivkah, Malia, Christina, Basheera, Stefanie, Liz, Bellatrix, Malia, Paulina, and Indigo is our last dancer tonight. Indigo is a mom, an amateur gardener, a physical therapist assistant, a yogi, and she loves belly dancing. She's mesmerized by movement. Indigo has dedicated much of her life to helping people move and enjoy life. She says much thanks to Dalia Corella for her flamenco fusion influence, and many thanks to our hosts, David, Metz, and Hasani. So, a few more button pushes, and we will be ready to welcome Indigo.
Actually, babe, just hold on, because I'm going to crank mine. Yeah, I just cranked.
Okay, please welcome Indigo. I'm sorry, Indigo, did you need to do sound share? Yes, my little slide slow bumped you off. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Do you need me to talk you through it?
Hold on. Let me see what we got going on. Okay.
That was my fault, not yours.
Okay, so tell me now if it's going to work.
Okay, share screen, advanced, computer sound,
then I'm hitting share. Okay.
And start music. It looks like you're good. Okay, let's welcome Indigo. There we go, unmute. That was Indigo. And once again, David Metz, our live drummer and our awesome sound technician tonight. Dancers, I realize I ended up throwing you a curveball with my little visual intros, and the instructions I gave you totally went out the window when I bumped you off. Thank you for compensating and figuring it out on your own with all the button pushing. You did an awesome job of compensating, and I appreciate that. You know, I love seeing all the dance spaces we've created for ourselves. I love seeing the way we dance and the way we put our spaces together. This is something we don't see when we do live haflas, well, in-person haflas, just another dimension that we don't see otherwise. Our next hafla would be our Rock the Harbor Hafla. When I'm tired, I talk backwards. And our next hafla would be Rock the Harbor Hafla on July 17th. Normally, this would be an outdoor hafla at Zamel Amphitheater in Gig Harbor. Last year, it was an online hafla. This year, we'll see. I had high hopes until Pierce County started regressing and moving backwards. Our governor has put us back at least one phase. He might put us back 2 phases. Stay tuned. If we can do an online, an outdoor live hafla, we will, and it will be a daytime show. Otherwise, it will be an evening show online. Once again, if you are enjoying our show and would like to tip our amazing drummer, I'm going to put that in the chat one more time. Okay, before we go, I do have like 4 minutes of open dance. If you'd like to join us, I'd love to have you join us. If you just want to watch, that would be fine. If you need to go and do the dishes, that's fine too. Thank you for joining our hafla. Thank you for joining us online. And we will see you one way or another, either online on July 17th or live if we're lucky. Let me pull up some music. I hope you'll join us, and you guys in the audience, I will enable you to turn on your cameras if you would like to join us and dance. So one moment while I pull up some music. So many buttons. I think this is it. Dancers, if you'd like to turn on your camera and join us, that would be great. I don't have to. Audience, I'm promoting you to the camera. And you can turn on your camera at that point.
الناس الحلوة وكمان الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس الناس الجدعان بس دايما بتشوف وتحس وتقدر قيمة الناس الناس الحلوة وكمان الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس الناس الجدعان بس دايما
Gallery view if you want to see everybody.
بتقدر قيمة الناس بيصفوا النية من اللحظة الأولانية ترتاح أول ما تشوفهم وكأنك كنت عارفهم بيصفوا النية من اللحظة الأولانية ترتاح أول ما تشوفهم وكأنك كنت عارفهم دول اللي يصونوا العشق مش قشرة وكلام منديل الناس الحلوة وكمان الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس الناس الجدعان بس دايما بتشوف وتحس وتقدر قيمة الناس دول التركيبة جدعان على حب وطيبة دول اللي يحبوا بشدة تلاقيهم وقت الشدة هم الأغرب في الدنيا ولا الدنيا اللي غريبة الناس الحلوة وكمان الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس الناس الجدعان بس دايما بتشوف وتحس وتقدر قيمة الناس ديابة وقابلنا قلوب قلابة، يا ما شفنا ديابة وقابلنا قلوب قلابة. اللي يخونك ويغشك ويقول فيك شعر في وشك، يأذيك قد ما يأذيك يجي يراضيك قلوي معلش. اللي يخونك ويغشك ويقول فيك شعر في وشك، يأذيك قد ما يأذيك يجي يراضيك قلوي معلش. ملناش في الناس دول، لا موضوعنا ماهوش موضوعهم، لا بتاعنا ولا احنا بتاعهم، احنا مع الناس على حق. ايوه احنا مع الناس على حق. الناس الحلوة وجمال الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس، الناس الجدعان بس دايما بتشوف وتحس وتقدر قيمة الناس. بيصفوا النية ترتاح أول ما تشوفهم وكأنك كنت عارفهم، دول اللي يصونوا العشرة مش قشرة وكلامنجية. الناس الحلوة وجمال الناس الحلوة اللي بتتشال عالراس، الناس الجدعان بس دايما بتشوف وتحس وتقدر قيمة الناس. الناس الحلوة.
That's our Hafla. Thank you for joining us tonight. I hope we'll see you in July. If you'd like to tip our drummer, once again, please do. Thank you for joining us. Good night.